Imagine a world where your actions speak louder than your words. A world where your accomplishments echo through the halls of time, not because you shouted them from the rooftops, but because they were too powerful to ignore. And this, my friends, is the world we can create when we choose to work hard in silence. The quiet warrior, the silent achiever, the unsung hero. These are the individuals who shape our world, one unseen effort at a time. They understand a fundamental truth that many of us often forget. True power lies not in the noise we make, but in the impact we. Think about nature for a moment. The mightiest trees in the forest do not grow tall by making a sound. They grow in silence, their roots stretching deep into the earth, their branches reaching high into the sky. Day after day, year after year, they work tirelessly, silently, until one day we look up and are struck by their magnificent presence. My dear friends are like those trees. Your potential for growth, for impact, for greatness is limitless. But to reach that potential, you must be willing to work hard in silence. You must be willing to put in the effort when no one is watching, to keep pushing forward when there is no applause, to believe in yourself when the world is not yet aware of your brilliance. Be clear, working hard in silence does not mean isolating yourself or never sharing your ideas. It means focusing on the work itself rather than the recognition. It means being driven by your inner purpose rather than external validation. It means understanding that the most profound transformations often happen in the quiet moments of persistent effort. Consider the caterpillar. It does not announce to the world that it is about to become a butterfly. It does not seek attention or validation during its metamorphosis. Instead, it retreats into its cocoon, working silently and diligently to transform. And when it finally emerges, its beauty and transformation speak for themselves. You are in your own cocoon right now. Every effort you make, every challenge you overcome, every skill you own, these are the silent workings of your own metamorphosis. Embrace this process. Trust in it. For it is in these quiet moments of growth that you are laying the foundation for your future success. But why is silence so powerful? Why should we embrace working hard in silence? First, silence allows for focus. In a world full of noise and distractions, silence is a rare commodity. When you choose to work in silence, you create a space where your mind can fully engage with the task at hand. You allow yourself to enter a state of flow, where time seems to stand still and your productivity soars. In this silence, you can hear your own thoughts, connect with your deepest creativity, and produce your best work. Second, working in silence builds inner strength. When you are not constantly seeking external validation, you learn to trust your own judgment. You develop the confidence to take risks, to try new things, to push your boundaries. You become your own cheerleader, your own critic, your own motivator. This inner strength becomes an unshakable foundation upon which you can build your dreams. Third, silence cultivates humility. In a world that often celebrates loud self-promotion, choosing to work quietly keeps you grounded. It reminds you that the work itself is what matters, not the accolades. This humility allows you to remain open to learning, to accept criticism gracefully, and to collaborate effectively with others. Remember, the empty vessel makes the loudest sound. True wisdom, true skill, true greatness, these often reside in those who have no need to proclaim their own virtues. Fourth, working in silence allows you to surprise the world. Imagine the impact when you finally reveal what you have been working on. The world loves an overnight success story, not realizing that behind every overnight success are years of silent, diligent. By working hard in silence, you set the stage for a grand reveal that will leave people in awe of your achievements. I can almost hear some of you thinking, but is not it important to network, to put myself out there, to let people know what I am capable of? And you are right to a certain extent. There's a time and place for sharing your work, for collaborating, for seeking opportunities. But here's the key. Let your work speak for itself. Let your skills, your knowledge, your results do the talking. Think of it this way. Actions speak louder than words, but inactions speak even louder. What you consistently do in silence when no one is watching, when there is no immediate reward, that is what truly defines you. That is what shapes your character, honors your skills, and ultimately determines your success. Consider the great innovators and change-makers throughout history. Thomas Edison did not talk about inventing the light bulb. He spent countless hours in his laboratory experimenting, failing, and trying again. Mother Teresa did not broadcast her intentions to help the poor. She simply got to work day after day, serving those in need. Martin Luther King Jr. did not just make speeches. He put in the quiet, behind-the-scenes work of organizing, strategizing, and building alliances. These individuals changed the world not by talking about what they were going to do, but by doing it. They worked hard in silence until their results became too loud to ignore. You have that same potential within you. Right now, in this moment, you have the power to change your life, to impact your community, to make a difference in the world. And it all starts with your commitment to work hard in silence. Working hard in silence is not easy. It requires discipline, patience, and an unwavering belief in yourself and your goals. There will be days when you question whether it is worth it, when you are tempted to seek validation, when you want to give up because it seems like no one notices or cares about your efforts. In those moments, I want you to remember this. Every great achievement, every monumental success, every life-changing breakthrough began as a silent dream in someone's heart. Your silent work today is the foundation of your visible success tomorrow. Think of silence as the fertile soil in which you plant the seeds of your dreams. Just as a seed needs time underground before it can sprout and reach for the sun, your dreams need time to develop, to take root, to gather strength before they... During this silent period of growth, it is crucial to stay connected to your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? What's driving you? What's the purpose that gets you out of bed each morning, that keeps you going when things get tough? Your internal motivation, the fire that burns within you regardless of external circumstances. When you are clear about your why, you do not need constant external validation or recognition. You can work in silence, fueled by your own sense of purpose and passion. Talk about the power of consistency in your silent work. Success is rarely the result of one big dramatic action. More often, it is the cumulative effect of small, consistent efforts over time. It is the book that gets written one page a day. It is the business that grows one customer at a time. It is the skill that is honed one practice session after another. These daily silent efforts might seem insignificant in the moment. You might be tempted to discount them, to think they're not making a difference. But I assure you they are. Each small effort is like a tiny brushstroke in the masterpiece of your... On its own, it might not look like much, but over time, as you add more and more brushstrokes, a beautiful picture begins to emerge. This is why patience is so crucial when you are working hard in silence. You need to trust the process, to have faith that your efforts will bear fruit, even if you cannot see the results right away. Remember, the bamboo farmer does not see any visible growth for the first 4 years after planting the seed. But in the 5th year, the bamboo shoot suddenly grows up to 80 feet tall. Those first 4 years weren't wasted. The bamboo was developing a complex root system that would support its rapid growth. Your silent work is developing your own root system. It is building your skills, your knowledge, your character. It is preparing you for the growth and success that will come as long as you stay patient and persistent. But what about failure? What happens when, despite your best efforts, things do not work out as planned? And this, my friends, is where the true power of working in silence shines through. When you work quietly, your failures are also quiet. They become private learning experiences rather than public embarrassments. They become stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. In the silence of your work, you have the space to reflect on your failures, to extract the lessons they offer, to adjust your approach, and to try again. You are not bound by the expectations of others or the fear of public criticism. You are free to experiment, to take risks, to push your boundaries. Remember, failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. Every failed experiment is a step closer to a breakthrough. Every rejection is an opportunity to refine your approach. Every setback is a setup. When you work hard in silence, you give yourself the gift of failing forward, of using each failure as fuel for your eventual success. A common misconception about working in silence. Some people might think it means being passive or submissive. Nothing could be further from the truth. Working hard in silence is an active choice, a powerful. It is saying to the world, I do not need to talk about what I'm going to do. I am too busy doing it. This silent work ethic does not just apply to your professional life. It can transform every aspect of your existence. Want to improve your relationships? Work on becoming a better listener, a more empathetic friend, a more loving partner. Not by talking about it, but by consistently acting with kindness and understanding. Want to get healthier? Do not announce a new diet or exercise regimen to the world. Instead, quietly make better food choices and incorporate more movement into your day. Want to grow spiritually? Do not preach to others about your beliefs. Live them out silently but powerfully in your daily actions. You embrace this philosophy of working hard in silence, you all begin to notice a shift in your energy. Instead of expending energy talking about your plans or seeking approval from others, you all channel that energy directly into your work. You all find yourself becoming more productive, more focused, more aligned with your true purpose. You all also notice a shift in how you perceive success. Instead of measuring your worth by external markers, likes on social media, compliments from others, public accolades, you all start to find satisfaction in the work itself. You all experience the deep, intrinsic joy that comes from knowing you have given your best effort, regardless of whether anyone else notices or approves. This internal locus of control is incredibly empowering. It means that your happiness, your sense of accomplishment, your feeling of success are all within your control. They're not dependent on external circumstances or other people's opinions. They come from within, fueled by your silent, consistent efforts. This path of working hard in silence, you all likely encounter moments of doubt. You might wonder if your efforts are making a difference. You might question whether you're on the right track. In these moments, I want you to remember the Chinese bamboo tree. For the first 4 years after planting, the Chinese bamboo tree shows no visible signs of growth. But the farmer continues to water and nurture it, trusting in the process. Then in the 5th year, the tree suddenly shoots up, growing up to 80 feet in just 6 weeks. Your silent work is like that bamboo tree. Even when you cannot see visible results, important growth is happening beneath the surface. You are developing resilience, honing your skills, building your character, and when the time is right, all that silent growth will manifest in ways that will amaze you and those around you. How can you practically apply this principle of working hard in silence in your daily life? Here are a few suggestions. 1. Start your day with quiet reflection. Before you engage with the noise of the world, take some time to connect with yourself, to set your intentions for the day, to remind yourself of your. 2. Practice the art of under-promising and over-delivering. Instead of talking about what you're going to do, focus on doing more than anyone expects. 3. Keep a private journal of your progress. This allows you to acknowledge your efforts and growth without seeking external validation. 4. Celebrate your small wins privately. Allow yourself to feel proud of your daily efforts, even if no one else knows about them. 5. When faced with a challenge, resist the urge to complain or make excuses. Instead, quietly get to work on finding a solution. 6. Regularly disconnect from social media and other sources of noise. Create pockets of silence in your life where you can focus deeply on your work. 7. When you achieve something significant, let the achievement speak for itself. If others compliment you, graciously thank them and redirect the conversation to the work itself rather than your role in it. 8. Seek feedback from trusted mentors or colleagues, but do so privately. Use their insights to improve your work rather than to gain approval. 9. Remember that every thought needs to be shared. Not every opinion needs to be voiced. Sometimes the most powerful response is silent reflection. 10. At the end of each day, Take a moment to quietly acknowledge your efforts. Thank yourself for showing up, for putting in the work, for staying committed to your goals. You implement these practices. You all find yourself naturally shifting towards a more focused, more purposeful way of living and working. You all start to experience the deep satisfaction that comes from knowing you are giving your all, not for recognition or applause, but because it is who you are and what you are called to do. Working hard in silence does not mean you all never receive recognition. In fact, when you consistently put in the work without seeking attention, the recognition often comes naturally. And it is all the sweeter because you were not chasing it. Think about the most respected people in your field, whatever that field may be. Chances are they're not the ones constantly talking about how great they are or how hard they're working. They're the ones who let their work, their results, their impact speak for themselves. That is the power of working hard in silence. It builds a reputation of substance, of integrity, of real value. It creates a legacy that endures long after the noise of self-promotion has faded away. We near the end of our time together. I want to leave you with this thought. Your life is your message to the world. Make sure it is inspiring. And remember, the most inspiring messages are often conveyed not through words, but through consistent, committed. Every day you have a choice. You can choose to work hard in silence, focusing your energy on creating real value and making a genuine difference. Or you can choose to make noise, to seek attention, to expend your energy on appearances rather than substance. I encourage you to choose the path of silent, diligent effort. Choose to be the person who shows up every day, who puts in the work, who stays committed to their goals, even when no one is watching. Choose to be the quiet force that moves mountains, not through sudden, dramatic actions, but through consistent, focused effort over time. Remember, the world does not need more noise. It needs more people willing to put in the work, to solve problems, to create value, to make a difference, quietly, consistently, powerfully. You have that power within you. You have the ability to work hard in silence, so let your actions speak louder than your words to create a life and a legacy of real significance. Go forth, my friends. Embrace the power of silence. Harness the strength of consistent, focused effort. Trust in your ability to create amazing things through your quiet, dedicated work. The world is waiting for what you all create, for the difference you all make, for the person you all become through your silent, diligent efforts. Do not keep the world waiting. Start now. Work hard. Work silently. And watch as your efforts create a symphony of success that reverberates through your life and touches the lives of others in ways you might never have imagined. Remember, in the quiet moments of persistent effort, in the silent spaces between the noise, that is where real transformation happens. That is where you become the person you are meant to be. That is where you create the life you are meant to live. So embrace the silence. Embrace the work. Embrace the journey of quiet, consistent growth. Your future self will thank you. The world will be better for it. And you all discover a depth of satisfaction and success that no amount of noise could ever provide. Work hard in silence. Let your success make the noise. The philosophy of working hard in silence. Let's explore how this approach can transform not just your personal life, but also your professional journey and the world around you. In the realm of career and business, working hard in silence can be your secret weapon. In a world where self-promotion often seems to be the key to success, those who choose to focus on their craft in quiet dedication stand out in a different, more powerful way. They're the ones who, when they do speak, have something truly valuable to say. They're the ones whose work is so exceptional that it cannot be ignored. Think about the most innovative companies in the world. Their success is not built on flashy marketing campaigns or loud proclamations of their own greatness. It is built on countless hours of quiet, focused work. It is built on failed experiments that no one ever saw, on iterations and improvements that happened behind closed doors. When they finally reveal their creations to the world, the impact is all the more powerful because it comes as a surprise, a sudden leap forward that seems to have come out of nowhere. You can apply this same principle to your own career. Instead of constantly talking about your goals or seeking validation for every small achievement, pour your energy into honing your skills, expanding your knowledge, and producing work of the highest quality. Let your results speak for themselves. When you do this consistently, opportunities will come to you. People will seek you out for your expertise. Your reputation will grow not because you promoted yourself, but because others recognized and valued you. But working hard in silence is not just about personal or professional success. It is also about making a meaningful impact on the world around you. Some of the most significant changes in our society have been brought about by individuals who worked quietly and persistently towards their goals, often for years or even decades before seeing results. Consider the scientists working tirelessly in their labs, conducting experiment after experiment, most of which fail. They do not make headlines for their daily work. But when they finally make a breakthrough, a new treatment for a disease, a solution to an environmental problem, their silent efforts suddenly have a profound impact on countless lives. Or think about the teachers who show up every day, pouring their energy into educating and inspiring their students. They may not see the results of their work immediately, but years later, when their students go on to achieve great things, the impact of those teachers' quiet, consistent efforts becomes clear. This is the ripple effect of working hard in silence. Your efforts may seem small and insignificant in the moment, but they have the power to create waves of change that extend far beyond your immediate sphere of influence. In a world that seems to reward self-promotion and constant visibility, is not there a risk of being overlooked if you work in silence? It is a valid question, but here is the truth. Quality always rises to the top. When you consistently produce excellent work, people notice. They may not notice immediately, but over time, your silent dedication will speak volumes. Moreover, when you do finally step into the spotlight, whether it is to present your work, to take on a leadership role, or to share your ideas, you all do so from a position of true strength and authenticity. Your words will carry weight because they're backed by a solid foundation of quiet, consistent effort. This approach also allows you to navigate failure and setbacks with grace and resilience. When you are not constantly broadcasting your every move, you give yourself the space to experiment, to make mistakes, to learn and grow without the pressure of public scrutiny. This freedom to fail in private is crucial for innovation and personal growth. You embrace this philosophy of working hard in silence, you may find that your definition of success begins to shift. Instead of chasing external markers of achievement, titles, accolades, public recognition, you all start to find deep satisfaction in the work itself. You all measure your success, not by how much attention you receive, but by how much you have grown, how much you have learned, how much value you have created. This internal measure of success is far more fulfilling and sustainable than any external validation. It is what will keep you going when the going gets tough, when progress seems slow, when the world is not yet recognizing your efforts. It is what will allow you to find joy and purpose in the journey, not just the destination. Working hard in silence also cultivates a sense of humility that is often lacking in our self-promotional culture. This humility is not about diminishing yourself or your achievements. Rather, it is about recognizing that your work is part of something larger. It is about understanding that your success is built not just on your own efforts, but on the contributions of countless others who came before you and who work alongside you. This humble approach makes you more open to learning, more willing to collaborate, more able to see and appreciate the efforts of others. It allows you to lead not through domination or self-aggrandizement, but through quiet example and genuine respect for others. This path of silent, diligent work, remember that it is not about never sharing your achievements or ideas. It is about choosing the right moments to speak up and ensuring that when you do, you have something truly valuable to contribute. It is about letting your work speak louder than your words. In a world full of noise, your silence can be profoundly powerful. It can be a beacon of authenticity in a sea of self-promotion. It can be a testament to the enduring value of substance over style, of consistent effort over flashy gestures. Embrace the power of working hard in silence. Trust in the process even when progress seems slow. Have faith in your ability to create something meaningful through your quiet, persistent efforts. And know that as you do, you are not just building your own success. You are contributing to a better, more authentic, more value-driven world. Your silent work is a powerful force for change. It is a quiet revolution against the culture of instant gratification and constant self-promotion. It is a reminder that true greatness is not about who shouts the loudest, but who contributes the most value. Go forth from here, carrying this philosophy of working hard in silence. Remember that you are part of a long lineage of quiet achievers who have shaped our world. You are walking in the footsteps of countless individuals who chose to let their work speak for itself, who focused on creating rather than boasting, who trusted in the power of consistent, silent effort. You have within you the power to create extraordinary things. You have the ability to make a real difference in the world. And it all starts with your commitment to work hard in silence, to pour your energy into your craft rather than into seeking validation, to trust in the process even when the results aren't immediately visible. Go forth with confidence, with purpose, with the quiet strength that comes from knowing you are doing the work that matters. Your silent efforts today are laying the foundation for a future filled with meaningful achievement and profound impact. Trust in that process, embrace the silence, and let your success make the noise.